You okay, buddy? Wow, I just realized my mic wasn't on. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started here. What we're going to be working on today is we're going to be working on creating the rest of the emotes and some subscriber badges. That way, those that are cool enough to support me are recognized for being supporters. So I apologize for the late stream. I had a doctor's appointment earlier, and I had to eat some food and stuff before we started. So anyway, let's go ahead and get on over here. We have our lovely representation of chat here. I don't think we actually came up with a name yet. We're still figuring that out, which is totally okay. But this is gonna be you guys, so this will represent you as the viewers. So I'm excited about that. And we came up with 2 emotes. We have a yo, and then we have a heart one. So we got to figure out, I think 3 more. I think I can have 5 total. So I'm trying to think of what else we could do here. So let's see. Got to think of something that would be fun for us to be able to use so you can interact with me. If you guys have any ideas, please drop it in chat. You know, how you want to be able to interact with me would be awesome. Let's make this one like a front-facing one. So I'm going to use the symmetrical tool here. It makes life so much easier. I'll make it easier to draw your kitty face. So I got that. And there we go. So that's right in the center here. Let's do a sketch first. So I'm going to grab a different brush here. Grab this. I'm going to start at least doing marking down where the head and all that's going to be. The shape and stuff, so that, and let's get your that, and the kitty ears, and I'm sorry, my phone is going off here. They're just gonna have to leave me a message. Alright, so we're just getting our basic kitty head down. And there's going to be some floof in the ears, of course. And then we have some kind of sideburn things going on here. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. We're coming up with the rest of chat's emotes here. If you want to help me out, that'd be awesome. We already have a heart one for, liking what's going on. And then we have one to say, hello, like a yo. So I got to figure out, what else you guys would like. Gotta remember, I gotta keep this super simple because it's an emote. Probably should have made it a little more chibi. I don't know. We'll start with the sketch and then we can turn it more like chibi, something like that. Oh yeah, something for the art chair. That's a good idea. Let's see. Maybe some sort of clap or cheer or something. That might be good. Alright, so I don't know if front facing is really going to work for that, but that's okay. Uh, this is just like a little warm up for me here, just to kind of like draw it real quick. So just want to make sure I know how to draw it before we get going. I need to see this emote larger to get it. Oh no, I did a bad job making it. It is this one right here in the upper right, if you can see it. It says yo. It's for saying hi. I must not have made it simple enough. Ah, I failed. All right. Well, we can also fix these too. We can maybe like update them with like better. All right, so let's do like a cheer. Oh yeah, yeah. So this is the design here that I came up with for to represent chat. It's kind of like Schrodinger's cat because I'm a quantum VTuber, so it's kind of like a quantum kitty. Like I was gonna have like, this was like a filler name here was chat, but it was with like the H being silent, so it's just cat for now. But I haven't figured out the we haven't decided on a name yet. So I was thinking about also making like a little PNG tuber of chat. So when you guys do text to voice, then the little like PNG tuber will like talk, so you can like actually be hanging out with me. So I swear, as emote, my first thought it was some kind of demon oni with a bug mane. Oh no, with a big mane. Ah, damn. Yeah, here's the other. Well, I guess I made it a little too detailed. Emotes are hard, like figuring out like how to like simplify them down enough to like, have them still be like easily represented. So that lets me know that I need to go like even more simple. So maybe like a kitty doing like a thumbs up or something might be good, or like, oh, or like a cheer like this. Something like this, because I see emotes like this that work
Yeah.
pretty well.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to make this like real simple. So we'll keep it like really, really chibi. I have a hard time not making things like detailed. I gotta learn restraint. All right, I gotta look at my character design here. Yeah, they're like super, super small. So like that. And then, oh man, yeah, it's like really difficult to figure this out here. How to ultra simplify it. If I put that up too high, then you won't be able to see the kitty parts of it. All right, let's do the get rid of that. Yeah, yeah, 100% correct. Yeah, I used to make emotes like a really long time ago, but it's like I'm like super rusty about it. I don't know. Maybe instead of making things sharp, I should make them like a little rounder. That might make it a little easier to kind of simplify things. I'm just sketching right now, so we can clean it up in a little bit here. For me, an emote works if I'm able to use it on other channels. That proves it's not overcomplicated. That is a good point. We're gonna do our best here. So when I start lining this, if it looks like it's a little too complicated, let me know in chat, and I will totally like I'll dumb it down even more. He's got a little band-aid and his little kitty. Try to make it as apparent as possible that it's a kitty. Oh, I'm doing great. I'm so happy that I am no longer sick because being sick sucks. My wife and I had both gotten bronchitis, so it was like really rough there for a while. Make these like real small and not even really be able to see these shoulders pads too much here. That's okay. Oh yeah, I got over it though. We're good. We're back to normal now, thankfully. So I'm happy. Let me flip it the other way as well here. All right, that's looking pretty basic there. You know, honestly, if I can just get like the basics down, I can probably pump these out pretty quick and still have them look all right. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's start doing some line work. I feel really bad that I've been putting these off like for so long. I'm just like consistently like busy with like projects and stuff. Nice. I'm glad it looks like I'm on the right track. So if I flip him this way, try to make everything nice and big. Oh, I mean, that's not even like the official name, but yeah, I like it too. We haven't decided yet. I was gonna vote on it with like, all my all the people in chat since it's gonna be representing them. But yeah, I thought it was a neat idea. I'm a big old like science nerd, so all right, let me thicken some of these lines up. So I think that will help too with like the shapes. Just kind of where the lines like connect. Yeah, I'm like really into like astrophysics and like physics in general and just like kind of like really cool like science stuff that's like kind of connects with like themes in like oops, my damn elbow hit my keyboard there. Things that like pretty much like line up with like magic and whatnot. It also, I thought it was really good too to like theme like my VTuber and whatnot on quantum physics because that way I don't have to come up with like any explanations for having like different styles of like VTuber models. Like I'm actually starting like my next model, and it's going to be like a delinquent style model, but with like storm powers, like wind and lightning and stuff like that. So it makes it a lot easier to just be able to do pretty much whatever I want without having to like really like have a lore that like is like complicated. All right, I think we're going good here. We got some big shapes going on. So let's get the ears. I'm gonna round off the tip of the ear here. Try to make it like also like cute. I need my chat to be nice and cute, you know. Give you a cute little body. Let's get the eyebrows. I don't know why I'm a sucker for like the little like round eyebrows. I think they're like ultra cute. One of these days, I'm gonna learn how to do animated emotes. That way, you guys can get like an upgrade, and it'll be super fun. I think that's the biggest thing I've been lacking in like my streams lately is the ability to like interact. I've just been kind of using my personality to get people to like interact. Be like really like supportive and open to everything. So I want to have like a really like comfortable community. There's so much negativity on the internet, so trying to combat that. Especially for artists. Like we should all be coming together and encouraging each other and helping like, with like suggestions and, things like that. Like I feel like a lot of people are like very like treat it more like competition and that's not really the case. We're all peers. Like for example, like I have it in my Discord that you can promote your like commissions and whatnot. I know a lot of like Discords like are weird about that for some reason. I mean, I get like not wanting like spam in your Discord, but you should be able to like to shout out your like your projects, what you're working on, like that way it also gives us a chance to try to support each other and whatnot. So oops, trying not to cover up the paws here with the hair. Maybe I should do the paws first. Like really zoom out here. And then I can go in and I can add the hair back in once I've done the paws. Let's get the fix this line here. Yeah, I think this is going to be adorable when we're done. I'm excited. Another exciting thing is I finally got into VGen. What's up? Yeah. So I'm gonna start like fairly basic. I'm just gonna do like half body bust portraits available for like your OCs. And then I gotta decide on one other service, but I wanna keep it kinda like, you know, basic and manageable at first. That way I don't take like too many commissions and have like, quality drop and like I'm like driving myself nuts with like deadlines and things like that. But shout out to Nympha VT for giving me a VGen code. They are awesome. They're also awesome in general, so they should just get a shout out for being super cool. I feel bad for having such a late stream, but it's just kind of how it worked out today. Normally like Nympha and a couple other people, Nympha and like Pensy would be here. But that is totally okay. Everybody that is here, you guys are amazing. Oh, damn. Hell yeah. Well, yeah, if you want, I can give you, I can send you a link to our Discord. Let me do that real quick. So you can join and hang out with us and, you know, if you want to throw some money at our very talented artists we have in there, you are well more than welcome to do so. So let me do that real quick. Let's figure out. Let's send you an invite. Copy and paste. Oh, if you have money. I'm sorry. I thought you meant you were like one of those magical people that has money. I was about to be like really excited for you, but hey, you know what? You can still hang out with us. Like, you're in here hanging out with me on stream, so everybody is really really nice, really really cool in the Discord too. So it is 100% up to you if you wanna join or not. I just figured I would extend the olive branch. We always have to have the most important part of the pause. We gotta have the beans. Everybody's favorite thing. Start a website called Only Beans. I don't like the top of this bean. Maybe if I flip my canvas like a good artist, that'll help me out. Come on. Why? Why? Yeah, exactly. Beans are essential parts of the kitty. Oh my goodness. I could just draw a curve. I could also be using like some of like the tools in Clip Studio Paint for this, but I kind of like doing things freehand, so. Yeah, exactly. There is no question if there's beans or not. It's not Schrodinger's beans. I got a question. Do you think the coloring I did on those emotes is also making it difficult to tell what it is? Like, should I simplify the coloring as well? Because I did put like some effects and stuff on it, and I don't know if that's necessarily something I need for an emote. I really appreciate your feedback too. That's very very helpful. So maybe what we'll do too is we'll remake those other two emotes to make sure that they are readable and usable in other chats. No, stop. There we go. Just had to really get in there. All right, let's bring this in a little bit. So I do still want them to have the hair. All right, maybe let's bring that in even more so we don't cover our beans up here. Ah, I gotcha. It's kind of white in the end. Okay. Yeah, it is kind of like, I guess if you didn't know what the avatar looked like to begin with, it makes it like difficult to discern. Of course, that'll also come when I finally get some more popularity as a VTuber. So people are like, oh, I know what that avatar is. All right, we're gonna cover the bean just a little bit, but I think we'll still be able to see it. I think it'll be okay. Trying to leave as much as the original design as possible without ruining it. Alright, so let's do the hair floof. Trying to keep these shapes decently big without covering too much. It's kind of covering some of it. Maybe I need to move the... Maybe I need to move this out a little bit more. We got some space to work with here, so... I'll like kind of move this over, like way over here. We'll make it nice and like chubby. I think the more chubby we do this, the better. All right, and then we can kind of like rework this real quick. Whoops. That is the magic of digital art. We can edit as we go. I don't know. I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll just keep I'll simplify the rendering on it, like the coloring. That way it doesn't take too much away from it. So I'll probably just make the hair either like a really light like pinkish color, or I'll just make it white. Because if it's already reading as like a white, I might as well just have it be like that color in the emotes. And then when I do like actual like illustrations of like chat, then I can have like the actual like the effects and stuff. I think that's probably the way to go. It's like emotes are really cool, but damn are they small. I'm used to working with like really big canvases, so with like really high like DPI. But we'll get there. We'll get it. I have confidence. So let's bring the sideburn in a little bit more. We'll bring it in like that. That's funny. Do you like do you make emotes or something? Like I used to make them like a long time ago. So I'm like really like out of practice. I've also never been good at doing like really simple characters either, so I'm like, but But all the art techniques I've learned. Oh, okay, gotcha, gotcha. Well, that's cool that you're watching. Yeah, I was gonna say it's cool that you're watching an art stream. I appreciate it. Do you do any like gaming or anything? I always like to try to get to know the people that are joining my chats here, so I have things to talk about with you. Oh hell yeah! Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Well, hey, thank you for supporting artists. Like that's awesome. We need all the support we can get. Like, unfortunately, things are not very set up for like artists to thrive. So any support is greatly appreciated. I know a lot of us are like really shy too, and generally don't like have streams where we speak or anything. So it took me a long time to get over it. I think I figured it out now. I'm like way less nervous about speaking. So like I like gaming, but hearing pew 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 with commentary and hearing some cool music with commentary. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. Well, I also, I didn't know like if you were like a gamer outside of like watching things like on stream. I'm just trying to think of things to talk about. I like games. I really like anime. Of course, I watch like other like VTubers and other artists and stuff like that. Oh man, they're gonna be so chubby. By the way, this character is supposed to be representative of either gender as well. So I keep saying he, but I don't really mean it that way. Try to be inclusive, best I can. The gender is kitty. Correct, correct. The gender is also quantum. Try to keep it kind of round, kind of chubby here for the shapes. Kind of like being Puppy Cat. I love that show so much. It's so fucking funny. It's like one of the funnier things I've seen in a long time. It makes me happy. I forgot I had a Metallica cover on here. Definitely don't want to put every single little thing from like the little things here on the main because that'll That's what you said you were like having a bit of a visual cluttering with, so I'll try to simplify them into less like clumps. Should make it a little more readable. Do one more little tiny one just like right here. Like real tiny. So I don't want it to like get into like the beans, because like when it gets really small, it's gonna kind of blend into the bean. And as we've established, the bean is the most important part of the kitty. So, the anatomy of a kitty. Behold the beans in all their bean glory. Have like a campaign for like Beans 2026 or whatever. Or 2028, whenever the next election is. Elect Beans. Everything will be okay then. Like solves world hunger and everything. The housing crisis, everything. Everything will be perfect. I'm a cat dad, so I can make dad jokes. So that's my justification. I have a license. It's in my wallet. Oop, gonna get my Discord out of the way so I can see what's going on my Twitch. There we go. Oh. Be a smooth line, please. Should probably zoom in. That'll help. Good enough. Gotta remember, again, we're not making an illustration here, so I'm gonna try to make these little like arm cuffs like kind of round. That'll make them like really cute. Oh no. I know that. I know those feels. You're like, life will be better if I just do this, but damn it, do I not feel like doing this at all. If it would just somehow organize itself. Alright, let's put some chubby spikes on this. I feel like for something small, the silhouette needs to like really have interesting shapes as well. Yeah, the brain is like, hey, remember anything else other than this? I mean, I have ADHD, so. I guess I'm pretty lucky that art is something that like I really enjoy, so Like, I really like gaming, I like anime, I like music, I like exercise, but I don't know what I would do with my life if I didn't do artwork too. It's kind of like it's difficult for me to imagine not creating things, you know. But that's like not a slight against anybody else that isn't like artistically inclined. It's just it's one of those things that's just like difficult for me to imagine, I suppose. All right, we'll do kind of like we'll do like this to kind of like represent a spike going like forward, but we won't be able to see the rest, which is okay. Oh shit, it's Nympha. I summoned Nympha by speaking about them earlier. You all saw it. It happened. Hell yeah. Cute tins and boxes. Oh. I mean, at least you have like a hobby though. Yeah, good call, Nympha. Let me save this before I get Oh man, I'm so glad my save screen is over here. That could have been bad for Twitch. Cheer and cheer. There we go. We have saved. Cute boxception. It's a cute box within. There's cute boxes within a cute box. Am I awake right now? All right, let's see if we can squeeze this other bean in here. If I can get, there we go. Oh, that's a much better curve. Hell yeah. Happy accident. Sometimes I forget that I can just zoom in to get like better results. Oops. Hope if I have my line. And then we'll kind of put this bean in here. And we'll erase away. So at least two of the beans will be visible. Oh my god, I didn't mean to make a big shadow Pac-Man there. Evil Pac-Man. Whoa. Waka waka waka. What if we eat a tasty snack but only while we sort? That would work if... Oh no, you don't have any snacks? Ah. We're trying our hardest to help you here. But yeah, snack shortages are no good. Again, Kitty 2028. That'll also solve the snack shortage crisis. Kitty solves everything. Try not to put too much line work to go into the form here, because I feel like that's what's kind of like muddying things up a little bit when it gets small, is the complexity. Keep it simple, Aniki. You should just put that like super big at the top of my screen. It's like my biggest challenge. Oh, that is true. You're right. No, yeah, yeah. Kitties can take over the world. I'm cool with that. The entire world's problems will be solved simultaneously in like a blink of an eye. I think you're onto something. Man, I don't even like. I've got like strappy things on him, on his. But they're kind of on the other side because this is like up, so they wouldn't really be showing. They don't need to show anyway, honestly. So that's okay. All right. Gotta remember what direction that I also have this going. Oh yeah, yeah. Put it in your way. You're like, where's the most annoying places I can put this? I think I kind of want to make this bandage a little bit bigger so it shows up. And I want to make it like rounded because we want to keep with that the cute kitty theme. I too wish I had the money so I could pay somebody to do this for me. Though it does make it like kind of like more like a personal connection with y'all because I'm making it. So it's not all bad. But one day I will also have all the monies to not only like commission people, but I want to give people jobs at my studio. I want that's my ultimate goal is to have a studio where I can employ people and pay them well and we can create awesome things together. I have a dream. Which is really cool because like doing like these art streams and stuff, I'm meeting all sorts of people that do like all sorts of different types of art. I've got animators, I've got like all sorts of people in here, so I have a nice variety of people to employ with strengths in different places, so I'm excited about that. Those probably won't show up when it's small, but that's okay. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of a cheat here. I might need to make these bigger anyway, actually. Make it a lot bigger, actually. I think that'll help. For when it's small. Do that. And then what we'll do is we will copy and paste. And then we'll flip it the other way. And we can line it up on this side. Oops, I got a little of these other lines in here, but that's okay. I can delete them. I know, buddy. Speaking of kitties, my kitty's like, why aren't you playing with me? And I'm like, I know, I'm sorry, I'm streaming late. It's all Dad's fault. How dare I have a doctor's appointment? He's like obsessed with this like little wormy toy thing, so that's like his favorite thing in the world. That's all he wants all the time is 24/7 wormy. Yeah, zooming out will probably help too. There we go. Buddy, you're gonna knock things off my desk. Please don't do that. He keeps brushing his tail across like the cords and whatnot, so he's like, maybe this'll get Dad's attention. Oh, I'm glad you like it. So I might be going back and simplifying the other emotes that we already have. Our new friend here has informed me that it's like really, it's kind of difficult to tell what it is. So, oh my God, pressure! What am I doing? Just make it like a triangle because it's going to be super small. We can do this though at the tips. Buddy, please stop. I love you, man, but hey, stop. Kitty is losing his mind over here.
You get one.
He's like, I want wormy. I wish I could hear my music a little bit better, but I have to keep it like I have to keep my headphones around my neck because I'll hear my own voice echo and then I won't be able to speak and that drives me nuts. So if you guys ever hear me talk like a little like slow or like wonky, it's cuz I can hear my own like words like echoing back to me like a second after I say them and it's so irritating. Like, I'm trying to speak here, man. You're speaking over me. And then it's me. So it's like the meme, like, what are my problems? And then it's like somebody looking in the mirror. Yeah. We have to make the mouth nice and big so we can see it from a distance. Yeah, it's like super disorienting. Like I can't stand it. Like why? I just want to yap. It's my job. It's literally my job. Yapping and drawing. I'm yap and draw, man. Do this until I put like the teeth and the tongue in there. Hey, it's it's what I got at the moment, so it is a really cool job. I do really enjoy it actually. I'm just happy that, people show up and they listen to me, and I can be silly, I can make jokes, I can make new friends too, which is also really cool. I really enjoy that since ever since like the pandemic, I don't really have anybody to hang out with. So luckily I have my wonderful wife. If I didn't have my wife, I'd probably be ultra depressed. She makes me the most happy anyway. Yeah, we all just kind of, well, I really didn't want to catch COVID. Like, I ended up catching it once, which was the worst experience of my life. So I stopped hanging out with people because they continued to hang out. And I'm like, dude, I'm not getting COVID. Like, because at the time we also didn't know if, like, there was a possibility, like, before, like, the vaccines, like, really got better, that you could die from it. And, like, my lungs already have issues. So I wasn't trying to, like, tempt that. So my friends just kind of like drifted apart. And then once things like got a little bit better, we just, I don't know, they just don't really, they just stopped like responding, and you know that kind of thing. So, but that also kind of happens like when you get older, like your interests start to deviate from like your childhood friends, or you realize that either they weren't like the best people to be hanging out with, or they just don't have like me. I have a high level of like ambition. Like I have dreams that I want to accomplish, and when your friends don't really have those things, it's like you don't really align anymore. So I don't know. I mean, like, it is sad, but it's like at the same time, this gives me an opportunity to make new friends that are aligned with my life goals and my interests. So it's not too terribly bad. I've met some awesome people already on here, and I'm really, really happy with that. Yeah, because, like, like, they're just all doing the same thing they've always done forever, and you're like, is there anything else you want to do with your life? Like, you know, do you have any sort of ambitions other than working a job that you hate and then playing video games or drinking until you pass out? Like that sounds miserable. I mean, don't get me wrong, I play video games, but not because I'm depressed, just because I like them. All right, let's see if we can get like a tongue going on here. Kind of leave some space for some wine. I mean, it still would be nice if like I had like when I'm taking a break from like art, if I could go, uh, maybe like hang out for like a day with somebody or something. But another thing is like a lot of time like going out and doing things and be social also like requires money, and everybody's broke right now, so doesn't really help. All right, I think this is looking like it's going the right direction here. Pretty happy about it. Oops, we've got like a line in here. Let me get rid of that. Checking for artifacts is also something I gotta make sure I do. Might need to scoot it over just a tad so we can include everything on the other side here. Probably about there. It's probably good. Let me go ahead and save. Oh, hey, it's okay. I get it. Well, like my ambition also. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I just I want to do contribute something like positive like to the world and like being able to like my goal is to like create a company that we can all like make our mark on everything and hopefully create things that like continue throughout like history. I'm hoping we can like produce something that's like on the level with like say something like One Piece where it's like everybody knows about it even if you're not like a super like anime fan. You've at least heard of like One Piece. I'm no Oda though, but my wife's an amazing writer, so she might be on par with Oda here. I'm not like her number one fan or anything. Zero bias on my part. You know what? To keep this really cute, I don't even think it should have a net. Yeah, 100%. You heard it here, folks. It's information without bias. Now that's ambition. 5 episodes a month. I need to get there. I need to grow up to be Nympha. I've been working on that one episode for so goddamn long. But it's really because it's like that's an episode that like I personally created and like I'm not a writer. But the rest of the episodes, Havoc has them written and planned out and stuff. So it should go a lot quicker just as long as I can like not have issues with like drawing anything. So but she does a really good job of providing me with like really like intense Pinterest boards for what she's looking for as far as like visuals, so that helps out tremendously. We're very collaborative and it makes me happy. So I can't fit the whole detail of these, so I'll just do that. I mean, hell, like I'm struggling to get one emote done here. Oh, well, hey, you do an awesome job. You've been killing it. You have multiple characters where their personalities shine through really well. If you ever have the opportunity, like you should definitely try to like find a writer that connects like with your vision and your story, because that way you can just concentrate on like the artwork, and then you get to meet new people that way too. So I'm not saying your writing is bad. I don't want that to be like misconstrued. I just know that I'm not a writer, and then when I try to write things, I'm like, wow, this is like a teenage boy wrote it. I am secretly a teenage boy in a man's body. But definitely, you got to make sure, of course, that the writer, like I said, like completely like vibes with what you want to do with your project. So, like, I've been listening to this podcast called Creepcast, and it's made me really want to like. I've always had these like incredibly silly ideas for like really ridiculous like stories that are basically kind of like satire, basically like they're like horror, but also like stupid, but stupid on purpose. So I've been thinking about like writing those and then like submitting them to Creepcast, because I think they'd find it funny too. So stuff like that, I'm not too worried about having like a writer go back and like fix it. Oh, nice, nice. Is Kazu the friend you're working with on that, or because you guys seem to have like kind of like similar character like illustration styles and stuff like that, like kind of how you structure it and everything. So that is cool that you're already collaborating with somebody. So I applaud you for that. That's awesome. All right, let's flip it this way. No, no, I need to keep it like, well, I don't know why, but sometimes flipping it one way versus the other is like more difficult to draw from. Probably because I'm right-handed. But like flipping your canvas is 100% something you should be doing as an artist to make sure that it looks good going both directions, that it looks correct. Because then you like have to go in with like the liquify tool and like move things around, which sometimes happens anyway, even with flipping. But like it lessens the amount of stuff that you have to like the correcting after the fact. Nice. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I'm excited to read more of that. I figure like after I get like my emotes done and my badges, I would work on doing I'm probably going to open up the OC art raffle again, and I guess when I get like VGen commissions, like if they allow me, because there's a spot you can check on VGen for like whether you're allowed to like stream working on it or not. I'll probably do that, and then when I have time, I'll get back to the webtoon, because I really need to get that going. You know what? We can kind of cheat with this too. Cat is losing his mind. Yeah, drawing it. Yeah, actually drawing it takes forever. And one of my problems too, again, is that I don't simplify the art enough for a webtoon, so that's also one of my issues. Wait, why is there red under here? Wait a minute, I'm gonna be really upset if I did this on the wrong. Hold on, I was yapping and I lost track of what I was actually doing here. I want to make sure I'm not drawing on the freaking sketch layer. Okay, good. Whew, that scared me. Yeah, I mean, like, especially since, like, I'm an illustrator, it's, like, really difficult for me to not do, like, a full on illustration for every single panel. Which I know I'll never get anything done if I do that. I need to just save it for like the really cool like shots, like some action and important shots, and things along that line. So where it's like appropriate to go ham. I have like a serious lack of restraint. Oh, I just realized his eyebrows are a little closer together on my thing here. So I'll probably have to move this eyebrow over a little bit too. Deselect, and we'll copy and paste it again, and then we can move it in a little bit. And then I'll go to these lines here. Delete this away. See if I can do this right because I'm a little dyslexic. Alright, so that's fine. That needs to stay for now. And then this one I can get rid of. This line and this line. Like that, and then connect that. Get rid of this. Clean this curve up just a little bit there. No, it's not what I wanted. I want this. There we go. Oh, yeah, yeah. Like, thinking about how many panels you need to, like, convey what's going on without, like, going overboard is also really difficult. I noticed something that's, like, really helpful, like, advice wise for that, is to kind of study, like, animation, but what you do is, like, you kind of slow it down and then go from, like, kind of look for like the keyframes of animation, you know what I mean, where it like stops and where it ends is kind of like a cool way to like kind of judge what images you actually need to like get from point A to point B without having like too many in between, or like how like a movie is shot or something like that, like how I kind of think of things like a movie usually, like the how scenes are set up. Sometimes I damn it, why? What are you doing, clip? What the hell happened? Oh my god, I just lost that eyebrow. Where'd it go? Why? Shit. Alright. This is fine. Alright, fine. I'll just draw this eyebrow. I'll stop trying to take a shortcut. I keep smacking my keyboard with my elbow, so it doesn't help. The heck? Come on. There we go. Okay. That's close enough. And then I can just go in and adjust this part of the line here. Let me get this back up so I can see. Yeah, I haven't drawn in traditional in like a really, really long time. It's really difficult for me to go back. You know, having all the editing qualities of digital is just like, it's just way too convenient. Not to mention, like, I've gotten used to drawing on, like, the surface of, like, my tablet versus, like, on paper. So I'd have to make, like, a readjustment to, like, the texture difference and the difference between the tools that I'm using, like, how they feel. But I kind of want to I do want to eventually do a stream where I do, like, some traditional art. Since a lot of you guys still do traditional, and I'm absolutely, like, in awe at you guys for being able to still do that. So, oh no, hey, it is happening to the best of us. So, do not feel bad. The last time I tried to draw traditionally, I did that a lot, and I was like, "Hey, I'm a whole ass. I can't do this like on this. Like, why am I like this?" Alright, I gotta try to line these up. Maybe if I tilt it back this way. One of these days, I want to have like a touchscreen tablet. I think that'll bump my productivity like way up. Alright, so we got one. This one. Like that. And then this one. The other one's not going to really. It's going to be kind of hidden behind the collar on this side, so that's okay. It'll be all right. It's so small, I don't think anybody will notice, or will be like an issue with like clarity or anything. So. I always also try to like draw like through my lines, so I make sure that things like still connect in the right way. It's also just more natural to like, you know, so there isn't like an abrupt like uh, stop in the flow, and then it just like happens to like spit out in like a different spot. I could be using like vector layers too to also clean that up. But I haven't figured out how to do where I like to go in like this and thicken the lines where they connect with vector layers. Oh wait, there's supposed to be another thing here. It's supposed to be one of these jams. I was like wondering why that looked different. I was like, why does this look strange? I was missing something. At the rate I'm going, I think I'm going to be probably doing this on not only tomorrow's stream, but probably Friday's stream as well, which is fine. I'm trying to do like more art streams. Like my gaming streams don't really do that well, so I gotta just like kind of take the L on that. And it makes sense, I'm an art streamer, so like me playing like video games is not what people come to see. Maybe when I get more established, it won't be so much of an issue. Right now, nobody knows who little old me is, so, like, who's this Aniki guy? I've never heard of him. Also, male VTuber, one of the rare breed. People are like, "Oh, dude voice." That's not what I want to hear. It'd be like really funny if I had like my my regular model here with my beard, but I had like super like cute girl voice. That'd be so funny. Or like vice versa if I had like a little cute girl model but like had my voice. That'd be super funny. Oh no, no. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I've seen them out there, but that's true. Oh no, I'm also not throwing shade at female VTubers at all either. I Most of the VTubers I watch are girls, and I really really like enjoy it. In fact, like Iron Mouse is probably the one that actually inspired me to want to be a VTuber because she's just like so amazing with like her like journey and like how she doesn't let like her health problems like you know keep her from like meeting people and having friends and having a good time. So I mean, it's never too late, Like, I mean, like if you need advice or if you need like some motivation or if you want us to like cheer you on, like I'm here for you. Like I'm all about like people like restarting or even just beginning like their journey to like be creative. So, you know, you got support if you want to do it. So, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to support people, so. Nice. I don't bother with all of that. Like it gets to be like too much. Like as you get older and you're an adult and you like realize that like even with like cards and stuff like that, at least my perspective is this thing is just gonna go in the trash in like a little bit unless like, there are some people that like keep all of those, but it's not often and especially with like like I would keep something like if somebody like maybe like drew something in it and it was like really personalized, really really sentimental, or like say if they had something where they might not live for very long, I would keep it as far as that goes. But otherwise, I'm not big into like birthday and like Christmas cards and all that kind of stuff. That's just me personally. Aw. Well, hey, if that brings you personal joy, like, that's awesome. That's super cool. especially, when you have like a bunch of people that you care about and you know that they care about you and all that kind of stuff. I also realized with like my friend group that they weren't gonna like reciprocate like any sort of like, you know, stuff like that to me. So I just didn't bother. Like I'm the type of person, if I'm gonna do something nice on a regular basis for somebody, they could at least, like make some effort to reciprocate. But I'm also a Scorpio, and like we remember everything. We remember everything that even seems like a slight, even if it isn't. Never forget. Or if I'm like super nice to somebody and they don't like respond the same way, I'm like, well, fuck you too then. I'll stop being nice to you if you're just gonna be an asshole to me. Very much do unto others, like, and then hopefully they they do the same damn thing. That's something that I had to learn as an adult, was like recognizing people that are true and genuine and actually like contributing positive things to my life, like to my mental and physical health. And if they don't meet those criteria, like if they're not like, you know, if they're not really healthy for like my life, then they gotta go. Then they're not allowed to be a part of it. So, and I know that's hard for a lot of people, but I'm a quality over quantity kind of person. So quality matters most to me. I'd rather surround myself with people that are good people. Which is another reason I'm not like super super sad that my friend group kind of like drifted off, because the more I looked back and reflected on it, I was like, they weren't really good people. Not all of them. I mean, some of them were, but not consistently enough to really meet my current adult standards as what I find acceptable to be, like, someone worth dedicating time to. I'll give anybody a chance, but it's just been better for like my mental health to be more selective. Oh man, this is gonna be really cute. I'm excited to get this one done. And hopefully, I have simplified it enough that it'll work as an emote. Oh no. I mean, like these are, I mean, I am not any sort of young, so it's like, I've had a lot of time to like experience things and like mull things over, and like uh there was a point in my life where I was really unhappy with the way things were going, so I started to do the best thing that I possibly could have done for myself, which was to take a step back and look at like what was going on with my life objectively, and seeing like what was making me happy, what was making me miserable, that kind of things. Like, did I need to make adjustments to myself, or is it like external factors that are causing these issues that I have with my happiness? So prioritizing my happiness was something that, I'd always been the type of person where I would put other people's happiness over myself. And I found that that was the worst thing I possibly could have done. Like, it's one thing to be kind and considerate and generous to others, but if they're not going to do the same for you, then it's just harmful for you. And it's not hard to be generous, helpful, and considerate to others either. Like, it's not a difficult thing to do. So, if somebody can't even do something as basic as being decent to another human being, then they don't deserve my time and energy. It makes it way too difficult to be yourself around people like that, because they don't care who you are, they care who they are, and that's it. Life lessons from Art Aniki. I'm not a professional here. You don't have to listen to me if you don't want to. Totally subjective. Find your own path. I'm just an old man yapping about my experience. Oh no, your power's out. Oh, dude, no. That's the worst. You're like, man, I really want to be productive and draw. And then your power's like, too bad. You thought wrong, buddy. You know what I usually do when the power goes out? I take a nap. I go to sleep. I'm like, I can't play games. I can't work on my artwork. I'm just going to sleep till it comes back on. So, more power to you that you are still, like, you know, being productive even with the power out. I'm also a little biased with that. I just love to sleep. So, sleeping is like my favorite thing to do. I sleep way too much and it probably kills my productivity so hard. But I do have some like pretty wild dreams, so sometimes it gives me like inspiration as well. Oh hell yeah, you're getting solar? That's awesome. Dude, that's so cool. That's gonna save you so much money. And it's like hella cool for the environment, so congrats to you guys. That's awesome. Wherever I end up having like a permanent home, like when I finally can buy a home, I definitely want to have solar myself, or some sort of like sustainable like green energy of some kind. Ooh, that bean is really big, but man, it's a good shape. You know what? How about this? I'll just make it a little bit smaller because I like how that curve turned out, and then we'll fix the tip of the hair there. Oh yeah, like it's crazy how much money like it saves. Like so many devices take like a lot of like amps and wattage to like run. You don't really think about it, especially like in modern times, like having like tons of devices like drawing power, and then you don't even think about how much that actually costs. But then you have a system where it's like solar, where yeah, it's like you still have the same amount of power, but you're not like paying out the ass for it because you don't have some predatory like power company like breathing down your neck about it. And then you have like surplus power too, which is really cool. I don't know. I just don't know how people don't get excited about technology in general, especially when it's like technology that like improves like literally every aspect of things. And then the same people that like don't have like can't take 5 seconds to Google like how it works, like the science behind it, and they're like, "Oh, what if there's clouds?" It's like, dude, it's not. Learn something, damn it. It's like, are there always clouds? Well, no. Okay, well, there's your answer. Ooh, let's see. What do I have left here? Got the line for the shirt. And I want to keep it pretty chubby and chibi here, so I don't know. I guess I could put a line for the neck. Kind of like. Because he does have like a little collar thing. Or they have a little collar thing. Sorry, I keep using the wrong damn pronouns for my own character. Jesus. I'm the worst. Why am I like this? Quote Art Aniki, I'm super inclusive. Also, Art Aniki can't say the right pronoun for his own character. That's pretty bad. I like how half my stream is me like shaking my fist on my porch, on my soapbox. These damn power companies and people that don't learn and people that suck. Hey, one of these days it's gonna happen. Like as soon as like I get big enough, like somebody will come out and just be like in ultra hater mode, and then I'll just block them, and that'll solve that problem. I'll never have to think about it again. They'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna get you canceled," and I'll just be like, "Block." All right, that's pretty damn simple. At least line wise, I think it's simple enough. I could be wrong. Maybe I should have. I should probably have the rest of the line for the ear. That would technically go in front of these beans, but you know what? We're we're just gonna say shh. Nobody talk about it. Nobody pointed out, and it will be fine. I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about at all. By the way, I have no idea why I like Counting Crows. Like, I know they're not a great band, but for some reason, I like them. I think they're just kind of like that quirky, like, 90s, like, kind of weird stuff. I don't know. Don't judge me. I know Havoc's judging me. Yeah, this is really cute. I like this. And since they're turned a little bit. Oh my god, I did it again. Since they're turned a little bit, we don't have to put as much on this ear. I mean, if Kenji's still streaming and still going strong, I'm also not worried about getting canceled. So I love Kenji though. He's so damn silly. Some of the things he says are pretty wild. Don't get me wrong, but oh yeah, that's right. I put like a scratch or cut out of one of these ears here. Let me get that. We got a delinquent kitty. That's what it was. Use that. We'll just cut it out real quick. And here, oh. Kind of think I should keep the colors like mostly flat, maybe with one layer of like shadow. We're gonna try to avoid the too much detail thing here. I want to make sure it's still readable. The biggest challenge. Can Aniki do it? Can he successfully create an emote that actually works? Okay, cool. We got our little thing. All right, I think this looks pretty damn cute. Layer, duplicate. Give it a little bit of a Gaussian blur because I think it makes the lines look better. Alright, let's do lines. Try to keep this organized. Oh no. I'm sorry. So if it helps, like one strategy for me to get things done, I'm like, is this going to like be a pain in the ass for me in the future? Will future Aniki be annoyed or inconvenienced by this later? And usually the answer is yes. So then I just go ahead and do it. Because like I'm like, this is just gonna piss me off later. Might as well do it now. That's my advice. Yeah, you can be as dramatic as you want, while you're doing it. You can just be like Reza Freza and just like swear to yourself while you're doing it. Oh no. Alright, let's put down a base color that we can clip everything to. Oh no, I didn't mean to unselect that because I need this. There we go. We got a base color here. And luckily I was cool enough to put my palette up here. So let's do this. We'll clip that. Let's get the... Oh, I remember. I used the gray as the base for the fur, and then it had like stars and that kind of thing on it. So what I probably need to do is take this gray and just make it a little more purple so it kind of goes along with the stars. Because the stars aren't going to show up because it's like way too small. So let's just make this a little more purple. And I think that will serve the purpose for what we need here. Let's make it like a more bluish purple. Oh, and Nefa, this is what I was talking about with like, so I took my original line layer, not the one that's multiplied and blurred. I made that a reference layer by clicking the little lighthouse thing. And now when I use my paint bucket tool, like I can click on one area and then I can literally just drag over it like this. And it just kind of like, it kind of just like makes things a little bit like quicker And then if I need to go in and fill things in from there, I can just go in and just do it manually to fix it up. It works really well with like the webtoon format. I also like, like say I wanted to put the colors over top of the lines, I would also make sure that I went through and I did like a selection like this. So when I put the colors over the lines later, like there isn't like gaps in between the lines. But this one I'm not too worried about because it's really small. So we're not going to mess with that too much. Just trying to do anything that can save you a little bit of time with your webtoon. Little tip. Just the tip. It's like sometimes you have to make like little adjustments to like you like your fill tool and that kind of thing, but you're welcome. Alright, so let's grab this, and I'm just gonna leave these. Whoops. I'm just gonna leave these white. Why is that? Oh, okay. It's being a pain on this part for some reason. One of the lines must not be connecting as well as I thought, which is okay. We can just do it manually. Maybe I'll take this white and make it a little bit pink because how I have the effects on the actual character makes it like I think the pinkish kind of stands out the most. So we'll do a little bit of like a hue slide on it, so we get to like a more of like a pinkish color. Like I thought the whole space thing was like really neat, but it doesn't really work for like the emote size. Oh wait, I don't even need to. Why am I erasing it from there? The hair is the same color. Aha! Ha ha! Making things like harder for myself for no reason here. Yeah, we're just gonna keep it real basic, and we can do that on the teeth as well, and then the beans. I'm trying to make sure I check how I have the colors. I have the inside of the ears as well as the same color. Oh wait, that's part of the paw. So I can do that. That'll make it nice and simple as far as that goes. I have the little star on the chest as well. So we can just kind of do this because we're only see like part of it. And like that. So I'll have that down there. Alrighty. And actually I can do this with the Band-Aid as well. We're just gonna like really like simplify it. So alright, let's make this a little like kind of pinkish. And then I can probably adjust like the teeth back to being like the white. Even though teeth are like if I were doing this as an illustration, I wouldn't have the teeth be pure white, but that's okay. We'll do just like us. Well, let's make it a little less pink than that. Let's do like that. And then we'll bring these teeth back to white here. That way it still kind of looks like our reference here. But when I do like illustrations or I do like the PNG tuber for chat, I'll be using this like reference like the way it is. So okay, cool. All right, we can use this for the jacket as like the base. I feel like if I make it like a darker gray versus a black, it won't get lost on the against, like, say, like a black background like you have up there in chat. So we do that, and this is also technically black. And then the shirt is like a see-through black, so I'll have to do that as like a different layer. And then we'll lower the opacity to like 50, turn it to multiply. There we go. Well, actually, it's kind of a purple now that I look at it. Let's change it to that. There we go. That'll look a little bit better. All right, cool, cool, cool. Oops, I missed some of the color on the hair over here. I love how every inch of my art is like screaming like, ah, it's so simple. And it's like, yeah, it is. Leave it alone. It's okay. And then this is that color. I remember that. That'll also help it like stand out some more. And let's get like a pink color for the tongue there, so we can tell. And let's do. All right, so the blue stuff is on mostly on like the right side here. Actually, the inside of it would be opposite the way I do things. And, well, no, it'll be fine for the emote. You can do that. Like that. And then, since we're not doing like crazy rendering, it's okay for these to be like on the same layer. And that'll be blue. And then that is this color. I'm really hoping this reads better. I think it should. What else do I need? Is that it for colors? Oh, I need to add the like the trim that I have on the jacket here. So let's make it. Gotta make it like nice and thick here. I actually use my lasso tool to make it thicker so it shows up. And we're gonna keep it like really, really basic. I'm not gonna add like the smaller lines of it. Actually, that's like way thicker than the other side. That and like that. So we got that, and I gotta make sure it's filled in down here, so we don't miss any spots that it went out of bounds. So we got that. And these straps are just on the front, so they're not going to be able to be shown at this angle, so that's okay, because that'll make it a little less like complicated. All right, I think that's all the base colors we need. Oh, the inside of the collar. Ah, I should have left this like blank. That's okay. It's all right. I know, right? Like, honestly, like the first ones I did, I was like, this is gonna have to do at least for now until I fix it later, which I will. I'm gonna go back and fix them after getting some feedback here. So, alrighty, so let's do like some really basic, just a tiny bit of basic shading on like a multiply layer here. So I'm gonna take this gray, I'm gonna hue shift it a little bit, make it a little darker. And we're just going to try to do like really, really basic. That and like that. And I'm going to lower the opacity on it too so it doesn't end up being like a black color that makes it harder to tell what's going on here. And we're going to use a different color for the other parts as well. So let's kind of do this here too. So we got the shapes of what we need. I'm going to go ahead and reduce that to 50% just so I can see the lines. Just kind of erase away along this line so we still have our shape. I'm also not going to worry about like blending or blurring the edges because it's not going to matter at this size. Just want to make sure that the correct colors aren't like encroaching on like other parts of it here. Well, different colors versus the correct color. Because I'm too lazy to do multiply layers on this, so we're just going to try to wing it with one. See how it goes. I think I can make it work. And like normally there'd be more details like on the stud and like I have like a little like necklace thing going on. But we don't need all that because it'd be too much detail. So we're not going to worry about it. Just a little bit across here. And a little bit to kind of show that this is covering it a bit. We'll kind of like assume the light source is from like this direction. It's usually the type of light source I do. So it's the one I'm most comfortable with at least. And I'm not going to worry about the one in. I'm not going to worry about these like flaps in the front here because I feel like if I put shadows on them, then they'll just blend in. So I'm not going to do that. We're going to try to keep it simple. Which is taking every fiber of my being to do. I just kind of want to at least have some separation of value here. All right, that's probably good for that. I know. Well, my next model, I am going to do the rigging myself. So I'm gonna try to make it as expressive as possible, so you guys can see the pain on my face when I'm struggling. I'm also like hella leaning over here right now, so that's why it looks like he's got like slump neck going on here. I look like a shrimp on the screen, but I have a pretty big tablet. It's a 24-inch tablet, so I physically have to like lean over to get certain like angles and stuff. So that's why it looks like that sometimes. Like, what is he doing? It just doesn't track me like all the way over there. So you know what, with a reference layer I can probably do this. I can. Haha. Good call, Nympha. Got some water and I saved. You're like, no shrimping. No shrimping allowed. Nympha is my posture coach as well. Okay, cool. So that's the jacket part. So I should select a different color for some of these. I'm going to leave these parts as they are for the most part. Other than, well, I kind of did it on this one, but I think it'll be okay. So let's do for this part of the fur, I'm going to take this and I'm going to hue shift it a little bit again. And then we'll use that as our shadow. Yeah, we're going to keep it like really, really basic. Just some separation of value, just a little bit. And in where the beans are here, a little tiny bit. And then maybe around this side. Well, it doesn't need it on that side. I think if I do it on that side, it'll be too much detail. Keep it simple, man. Keep it simple. Do under the neck. And do a little bit on the chest here. Like there. And we'll do a tiny bit. Oh, I'm doing this on the wrong layer. Son of a bitch. Oh no. Alright. It's fine. We can fix this. There we go. We're just going to have to go back to the correct layer now. Man. Man. Why am I like this? Alright. I gotta start over now. That sucks. Okay, now we're doing it on the right layer. Jeez. Jeez. Oops, I forgot to fill in a bean spot there too. That's important. We have to have the beans. We established how important this is. There we go. A tiny hint of bean. A wee touch of bean. Why aren't you letting me select the color I just did for this? I didn't do it on the wrong layer again, did I? Jesus Christ, what is happening? Why is it doing this to me? Okay, we're gonna go back to this layer. I'm gonna double click on it. Sometimes things are finicky. Alright. Should all be on the right layer now. Oh my goodness. Alright, we'll make this kind of follow the same shadow here. I hope I just didn't make this like harder for myself by doing this all on the same layer. It's like my worst habit. It's like, hey, let's take a shortcut, and then I just make it like way harder. And it's again, it's me looking in the mirror like, why are you like this? Alright, that's cool. Let's just put a little bit under here. And get that out of the way. A little bit under here. That, and kind of just bring it in there. Erase that away because we don't really need that. This. Oh my god, I don't know about you guys, but working on art always makes me so hungry. I also gotta pick up my medicine, so I gotta try to wrap this up pretty quickly here. They close like hell early, which is annoying. I think I can get it done. Alright, so I won't put too much shading on the face, because I feel like if I do that, it's probably gonna make it harder to tell what's what. So maybe I'll put a little bit on the, just a little bit from like the bangs here. That's probably good. And then a little bit on maybe like in here just to have some value separation. Yeah, that's probably good for that. So let's grab this tongue color here. Hue shift it a little bit, desaturate it. And I'll do that, and then I'll just cut out a little bit here, or some light. Oh no, I did that on the wrong layer. Son of a bitch. Oh my god. I know I'm getting to the point where I need to like stop soon because like I'm making mistakes. I was like, why did that erase the whole thing? Maybe it needs to come out a little more this way. Make it a little cuter. It's kind of like this. Yeah, that works. Alright, and let's grab the hair color here. And you know what? To kind of do our little like effect here, I might actually use blue for the multiply. That way it has like a bit of a different color to it. So we can have it like somewhat similar to the reference. I think that'll work out. Because I can't really do those effects and have them work the way I want to over here, so. Keep it super simple. Maybe if I flip my canvas, it'll make it easier for me. We'll do it right here, so it's like it has a little bit of form to it. Oops. No, it went into the other shadow. We'll do a tiny bit here where it overlaps. And I think that little spot's not even going to show up with that the size of it, so not too worried about it. That's fine. Like that. I'm not yapping as much because I'm in lock-in mode here. And get this done so I can go and pick my medicine up. It is my ADHD medicine, which allows me to actually get stuff done on here, so very important. I had like such an increase in productivity once I got medicated. I was like, oh man, this is so much better. All right, let's see. A little bit of separation here. Yeah, basically. Well, no. I mean, I did take my medicine today. I just I got it refilled, so. But nah, I mean, you're always welcome to check out like my other like art streams and stuff too if you want to see the kind of work I normally do. Like I said, I'm more of like an illustrator, like a character illustrator. I have a webtoon that I'm working on as well. Um, so I've got like tons of projects going on that I like intermittently like stream like different things depending on how I'm feeling or like, how much time I have and that kind of thing. So An artist should never be in their final form, though. You should always be learning, always working on improving. There are no true masters. Alright, I don't want to put too much shadow on the beans because I don't want the beans to lose their form. Speaking of forms. Oh. Yeah, I don't normally draw cute things. Cute things are kind of like very difficult for me, so. What else left do I have to do here? Is that everything that needs? That's probably all we need, because I don't want it to, like, get too crazy here. Might even turn this down a little bit to, like, 30% on this shading here. That's probably good. So let's get rid of the background here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save and duplicate it, and then I'll put some thicker lines around the outside with the line tool. So let's put these, like I said, make sure I duplicate everything first. So let's do Cheer Emote. Because I'd be really annoyed if, like, I lost, like, my layers and stuff and I had to do some more stuff to it. So let's do duplicate. We're going to merge it all together. And then we'll turn out the lower one. And let's stick some thicker lines around the outside here. How's 20 looking? That's pretty good. So let me actually turn this back on so I can see. All right, we got a little bit of like some lumpy spots here, but not too terribly bad. I think it's acceptable. So what we'll do now is we'll rasterize that, and I'm gonna see if I can put one more like black outline around it, just to really, just in case, like if it ends up on like a white background, that it'll also still show up. So let's put 20. Let's maybe bring that down to like 15. That's probably good to make it like stand out. Then we'll rasterize it. All right, hell yeah. And then we'll have to, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to resize this and upload it to Twitch. But yeah, this is what we came up with today. So we have a cheer emote finally for you guys. We will find out hopefully next stream. I'm going to try to upload it once I get back from getting my medicine, so you guys can see what it looks like, so you can use it and that kind of thing. Oh, hell yeah, I like that one too. That one's super cute. But yeah, here, let me throw you guys in the lobby here so we can do a little bit of a wrap up. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me while I worked on these emotes today. I'm going to try to finish up the emotes finally. I'm going to get you guys some subscriber badges for those lovely people that have subscribed to me. I really, really appreciate you guys. If you like the kind of content I do, give me a follow to see when I go live. Again, I'm pushing for partner, and my first subscriber goal is 10 subscribers. So if you consider subscribing to me, that would help me out tremendously. Totally not required. I love you guys anyway. I will catch you guys hopefully at 1:30 tomorrow, barring any incident. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.